Leicester City versus Crystal Palace, Saturday the 4th of July in the Premier League. Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today I'm going to bring you guys the Leicester versus Crystal Palace match preview. So after another disappointing result in the Premier League last month, after Everton beat us 2-1 at Goodison Park, 2 losses in a row now for Brendan Rodgers' men, but we now move on to another game in the Premier League as Crystal Palace make the trip up to the King Power Stadium, take on Leicester in the Premier League. So with that being said, today I'm going to bring you guys my Leicester versus Crystal Palace match preview, and it's fair to say this game is simply must win for the Foxes. The 3 points are needed, the pressure is now really on for Brendan Rodgers' men. And am I confident for the game against Crystal Palace? Not at all. But just before we get into it, make sure a big thumbs up down below on today's video if you go to enjoy today's Leicester versus Crystal Palace match preview. The content is still coming thick and fast, even though Leicester continue to do absolutely awfully in the Premier League return. But anyway guys, drop a like if you do going to enjoy today's Leicester versus Crystal Palace match preview. While you're done there, make sure you see my face on your screen before we are now on the road to 1,200 subscribers. A big thanks to all the recent support. So if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe for much more content just like this on the channel. Leicester content, Premier League content. So if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe because it does help out quite a lot. Also, turn on my channel post notifications so you never miss any future videos on the channel just like this one. Follow all my social medias, they'll be down there. Links all of them will be in the description down below. Let me know your thoughts on the game, your score predictions in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's get into the Leicester versus Crystal Palace match preview. So as per usual, getting straight into today's match preview, we're going to start off by talking about the oppositional side of things. This week I've got Tristan to give you guys the Crystal Palace side of things. Go and subscribe to his channel at TRISTAN03. There'll be linked to his channel in the description down below. A big thanks to him for coming on the channel today. I'm going to hand over to him now and he's going to bring you guys the Crystal Palace side of things heading into Leicester versus Crystal Palace on Saturday down at the King Power Stadium.
Hello boys and girls, it's your man TRISTAN03 coming to you from the SPORTSA YouTube channel. Of course, the Crystal Palace supporters, you can tell by the top, coming to you from this pandemic and that. We're going to be talking about the game this Saturday, Leicester City versus Crystal Palace at the King Power Stadium. So let's get one thing straight. Both teams coming into this game haven't really been on the greatest of form in that, to be honest. Palace winning one of their last 3 games since this pandemic started, and that behind closed doors. Of course, football's been playing behind closed doors. It's not really been the same, let's be honest with you. We really miss the fans, and I see Leicester really miss their loyal and energetic vibe of support during their last few games. Of course, Leicester City has drawn 2 games in the Premier League in a row and lost their last one a day ago at the time of this recording, away to Everton. So, not really the best of form for us, but we're fortunately, I don't know, it is going to be a close one, and we have done well at the King Power Stadium in the past, especially the last 2 times. We've absolutely hammered you lot there, to be fair, in that. And, at home as well, we've had some good results in recent fixtures, such as the 5-0 drubbing that we did to Leicester City back in April of 2018. However, this season we've been, a little bit better consistently in that. In our we won like 4 games on the bounce before the pandemic and that, well, including and then 1 after the pandemic. And then we lost 2 on the bounce to Liverpool away and Burnley at home, which was a really poor performance. And this season, we've been picking up some good results. We got a few crucial goals from Mr. Jordan Ayew, who is our top scorer on 9 goals. He's 1 away from double figures. We've had some bad performances, some games where we can't even pass the ball a yard and that across the pitch. We can't even cross it, we can't even shoot properly. We just weren't up for it, and we're just getting out muscle by the opposition, such as the last match in that. Well, I wouldn't say out muscle, but we just weren't up for it. They had a clue what they were doing, we had no clue tactically. We were just completely out of it and overplayed in that by Burnley, if I could be honest with you. So that's kind of been our problem all season. We've just been turning up in certain games and then we've just been playing crap the other in that, what I'm saying. We have been very unlucky in recent games this season as well, such as Liverpool at home, Southampton away, what I'm saying. Then the sort of games that we just probably could have got away with a win in that, or even a point. So hopefully this game brings out a lot of goals and also gives us the chance to get another win and get us back on top, what I'm saying. Same for you lot as well, you need it, and judging on what's going to happen, it's going to be a very tight and intense game, trust me. Okay, so my thoughts on the game, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be, I personally think it's going to be an all-out attacking game. It always is when us two, especially in the last recent fixtures, like I said, me and the King Power Stadium, a lot of goals, a lot of pace, we're always just up for it when we play against you lot, especially away from home in recent fixtures, I'm not going to lie. You know, we have been superb in that, the 3-0 win in December 2017, and last year in early of the 2019, and that we beat you lot by 4-1. So hard getting a double, the man of the match as well, completely outmuscling you guys, if I can be honest with you. I think it'll be a very close one, and I'm gonna go, I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw. I think there's gonna be a lot of goals in this game. Both sides are on the same amount of form. They've already been scoring many goals. They've been performing consistently throughout the match in certain games. You lot were really poor against Everton in the first half, and then World Cup in the second, and just didn't take the chances. Same for us, to be fair. We haven't really been taking our chances, and our final third and our finishing hasn't been good enough. You lot, obviously, you scored more goals than we have, and your finishing has been better at times. But recently, I'm talking about this season, but recently, you know, it's just not been there for you lot. Same for us as well, especially at Liverpool. We didn't even get a touch in the penalty box, and against Burnley, our shots were going into the stand compared to in the back of the net or on target most of the time, innit? So, yeah, I'm going to go for 2-2 draw, and I personally think it'll be a very high-scoring game. Both sides will be up for it, and I think Roy needs to really go for it. Same with you lot, Leicester, as well. Okay, so for us, players that you really got to watch for, obviously, our talisman, who hasn't really had the best of seasons, Mr. Wilfred Sahara as well. You know, he always scores against you lot for some reason, especially last time when he got the dub with the King Power Stadium in that 4-1 win, and plus he scored a couple of years before that, or the game before that, in one of the seasons, and I think it was when we beat you lot 3-0. Yeah, when Bakary Sako scored that banger at the last minute, a lovely curl and a bit of a shimmy in the shot as well, if you could be honest with you. Didn't go over the keeper. But yeah, you know, he can always turn up on his day. He can play pretty crap one point in the game, and then just a bit of quality, a bit of magic can just get you a goal, and he can just win us a game or get a point for us. Crucially, he did it against Brighton. He's done it for a lot of games this season and that as well. And another one I would say is Jordan Ayew, 9 goals this season. If he scored against you lot, it'll be 10 goals, double figures. Some of his goals have been crucial. He's got us 14 points from all of his, well, some of his goals this season in the Prem. That is pretty good going, you know, a lot against West Ham. What else did he do? He scored one against Arsenal as well, crucial points, keeping us in that league and keeping us where we need to be and safe and that, avoiding relegation. If it wasn't for him, we might even be down there. He's got some good techniques as well. His skill, his passing, some of the goals. The West Ham one was the famous one at Selhurst Park on Boxing Day. I can always remember that. You know, it brings back a lot of good memories. Rub it in West Ham's faces, you know. But for real, got to keep out watching for him. And Gary Cahill, very experienced player. On his day, it can be good. He had a poor game against Burnley. He was poor against Liverpool, but hopefully things really click for him and for the team. He can get the team going. He can control the team at the back all the way up down the other end of the pitch where the strikers are and that. You know, keeping us in shape. You know, he's not our captain. I'm kind of surprised considering Lucas done a poor job, but he's a very good leadership player, and he would cause you a lot of problems defensively. Really difficult to get by on his day, if you know what I mean, Palace fans, and for some Leicester fans watching this too. So yeah, that is pretty much what you guys are going to probably be expecting for the game coming up this Saturday. So, you know, as I said, it'll be a 2-2 draw. It's going to be a very tight game, but I think it'll be all out attacking, judging on the recent fixtures and the way both sides have been playing. They really will be up for this game. That is the end of this video too. Make sure to like, share and subscribe on my channel. Go to my channel, you'll find my Instagram, Twitter and my Snapchat. My link should be in the description below this video for my YouTube channel. And yeah, come on you Palace. Bring it on, Leicester.
So big thanks to Tristan for coming on the channel today. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, TRISTAN03. I'll put a link to his channel in the description down below. But without further ado, let's get into the Leicester side of things, heading into the game on Saturday down back at the KP. So, of course, last time out for Leicester, we took on Everton at Goodison Park, and we lost again in the Premier League, this time a 2-1 defeat in Merseyside. To be honest, it was an improved performance from the game against Chelsea, but we still lost. We still dropped 3 points in the game. And are we going to get Champions League realistically? Probably not, and that loss just adds so much pressure onto this game against Crystal Palace on Saturday. In fairness, the second half did improve from the first half performance, but I guess that wasn't too difficult because the first half performance was absolutely diabolical at Goodison Park. Conceded 2 goals in about 15 minutes. Absolutely awful performance once again. In the second half, I think Leicester looked average at best in my opinion, but I think if we play average, we probably could get the win against Crystal Palace. But most recently, with Leicester versus Crystal Palace at the King Power Stadium, we've got absolutely battered. So to be honest, guys, it's not looking good again, is it? However, both teams haven't really been the best since football has returned, so Leicester do have a slight chance to win this one, but to be honest, this game is simply must win for Leicester. The 3 points are needed to secure a Champions League spot or even the Europa League spot at this rate, so the pressure's on, the 3 points are needed, so hopefully we can get the 3 points against Crystal Palace. But you know, it's going to be a tough game. Crystal Palace are a very good side, but the likes of Wilfred Zaha, Jordan Ayew all in the front three, Townsend as well in there. Overall, they have a very, very strong team, but overall, we should be taking the 3 points of Crystal Palace. No disrespect to Palace, obviously in the past 2 seasons, they've absolutely battered us at the King Power Stadium, like Tristan said, and they've even beaten us at Selhurst Park 5-0 as well. So looking at recent form, it's not looking good. However, we did beat them 2-0 at Selhurst Park this season when Leicester were actually good. So hopefully we can turn back to winning ways, and this could be the start of a kind of good end to the season. But the 3 points are realistically massive needed in today's game. So I'm already confident for the game on Saturday back at the King Power Stadium. Not at all. I'm expecting Crystal Palace to sit back once again, just like Everton, Brighton, Watford, even Chelsea at times. It's going to be difficult for Leicester to break through. If you did watch my video earlier on today, go and watch that if you haven't already. We need to have more intensity. That was one of the problems going wrong with Leicester. If you're going to beat Crystal Palace, I think they will sit back, and we need to have intensity in the final third to break through Crystal Palace. I think Palace will sit back and they'll try and get us on the counter-attack with the pace of Wilfred Zaha, Jordan Ayew and Andrew Townsend. So it's probably going to be a repeat of the last few games. We need to be solid defensively and have that clinical wedge going forward as well. We need to have that final pass in the final third to possibly break through the Eagles. However, it should be quite a high-scoring game in my opinion. If you look at the recent form and the recent games between the two sides, the games have been very, very high-scoring. Both defences at the moment not the greatest either, so I think it will be quite an open game. It could go either way, but hopefully Leicester can get the 3 points. So with that being said, moving on to my score prediction then, I'm going to go with a Leicester City 2, Crystal Palace 1. I think we will get the 3 points. Just hopefully we get the 3 points, or anything can happen with Leicester at the moment. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Leicester. For Leicester, I'm going to go with James Maddison to get 1, and hopefully Jamie Vardy can score. But at the moment, I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, I'm going to go with Maddison and Vardy to score in a 2-1 Leicester win. And for Palace, I'm going to go Wilfred Zaha to score. But yeah, like I said, it's going to be an open one. I think there will be goals. I think most of the goals will come in the second half. It will be quite open. So hopefully Leicester can get the 3 points. I'm going to be optimistic, but realistically, in my head, I'm not very confident at all. I think we could easily lose this game, but I think 3 points, like I said, is 100% needed, and hopefully we can get the 3 points. So I'm going to go with a Leicester 2, Crystal Palace 1 as my score prediction. So that's it for the Crystal Palace side of things, my thoughts on the game and my score prediction. So let's get straight into my predicted lineup then. So this is the side I think Brendan Rodgers will go over to start against Crystal Palace on Saturday back at the King Power Stadium. So starting off on goal, I'm going to go with Kasper Schmeichel. It wasn't the best performances against Everton, but Kasper Schmeichel has been our best player since football has returned. So in my opinion, Kasper definitely starts the goal. I think he's going to be very busy in the game with the likes of Wilfred Zaha, Jordan Ayew up front for Palace. It's going to be a difficult one, but hopefully Kasper can have a solid performance in goal. Moving into the back four then, to start off at right back, I'm going to be going with James Justin. Obviously, no Ricardo Pereira still, so James Justin will be the right back. It was an improved performance against Everton. Obviously, James Justin's only a youngster, and in fairness, he's done very well since the football has returned. He's been one of the standout players. So hopefully JJ can have another strong performance. Obviously, wasn't the greatest performances against Everton, but obviously he's a very young right back and he's done fairly well in the Premier League. So yeah, hopefully James Justin can have a solid performance against Crystal Palace on Saturday. It could be coming against Wilfred Zaha, so you know he's going to have to be on his top game. Anyway, moving into the two centre backs, I'm going to be going with Kagasunchu and Johnny Evans. Again, it wasn't the best of performances from them two, but it wasn't the worst defensively earlier on. To be it's questionable to say at least with Richarlison's goal, but however, them two have been they've been solid this season, and them two have been pretty good since football has returned. So yeah, Johnny Evans and Kagasunchu should start as the two centre backs in my opinion. And now moving into left back, I'm going to be going with Christian Fuchs. Obviously, Chilwell came in started against Everton. Some fans thought Fuchs should come in, and so did I. But I think Fuchs should come in. Obviously, Chilwell, it was an improved performance in fairness, but just because of what he did against Chelsea, it still annoyed me. So I think Fuchs should come in at left back to start. I think Fuchs provides us with good defensive ability as well, and if he is coming up against Wilfred Zaha, we need to have a good defender. Believe me, if Chilwell was against Zaha, Chilwell will get absolutely ripped to shreds. So hopefully Fuchs can come in at left back and have a solid game. But if Chilwell does start against Chilwell, it was a better performance from him against Everton. It wasn't the worst at all. So, but yeah, I'm going to be going with Christian Fuchs to start in the back four. So the back four is going to be James Justin at right back, two centre backs, Sunchu and Evans, and at left back, Christian Fuchs, just like I said. Right then, moving into the midfield then, I'm going to be going with a midfield three. This is going to be fairly changed, so get ready guys, this may shock you. But anyway, moving into the central defensive midfield, I'm going to go with Wilfred Ndidi. I think this is pretty hands-on, but realistically, Wilfred Ndidi performances haven't been the greatest, but is Hamza Chowdhury going to realistically come in? Probably not. So Wilfred Ndidi starts in the central defensive midfielder role for me, but I guess we'll have to see. Potentially Hamza could start, but hopefully Wolf can have a much better, I think it was a better performance on the ball, but defensively he made a few errors, so hopefully Wolf can come in and have a better performance against Crystal Palace. Moving in ahead of Wolf, I'm going to be going with James Maddison. He came off the bench at half-time to face Everton, and he looked one of the best players on the pitch. If he was fit enough to come off the bench, why didn't he start? That still annoyed me, but James Maddison came off the bench against Everton and completely changed the game, so hopefully Maddison can do the same for the full 90 minutes against Crystal Palace on Saturday. And alongside James Maddison, I'm going to be going with a Jose Perez. Obviously Perez has been playing out right for the majority of the season, but in fairness, Perez is actually a winger. He's not I'm on about. Perez is actually a cam. He likes to be in and around the striker, just off the striker. So I think Perez and Maddison, this is very attacking, believe me, but we need to be attacking if you are going to win the game. So Perez and Maddison to start alongside each other. Perez likes to drift in and out and a wide position coming in field. So hopefully Perez can start alongside Maddison just behind Vardy. Wolf sitting and them two can do bits alongside each other. Yes, he may have to track back, but I think Maddison may have to track back a little bit more. Maybe Perez will have to track back a bit more. But yeah, I want them to just start alongside each other. I want to go very attacking for the game. So yeah, that is my midfield frame. Diddy Holding, Perez and Maddison alongside each other just behind Jamie Vardy up front. So moving into the front three then, so starting off in the left wing position, I'm going to be going with Demarai Gray. We need to be attacking in the game, so Demarai Gray starts every day of the week in my opinion. He's been one of the better players, obviously. He's very inconsistent. When Demarai Gray does start, he's not the best, but realistically, do we want Marco Brian pinging crosses in constantly? Probably not. So Demarai Gray starts in the left wing position for me. Moving into the right wing, I'm going to be going with Harvey Barnes. Yes, Demarai Gray and Barnes are both left wingers, but them two can cut in, they can swap flanks in the game. Worst case scenario, Perez can come on and we can bring someone like Tielemans or Pratt in midfield. So yeah, Barnes starts out wide for me in the right wing / left wing position. Demarai Gray and him can change. Obviously, his performance against Everton probably wasn't the best, but realistically, I don't want Michael Brian pinging crosses in constantly. So yeah, Harvey Barnes to start out wide. And up front, I'm going to go with Jamie Vardy. This was also difficult. I was thinking of potentially going with Kelechi and Acho, but depending on how the game goes, we could introduce Kelechi. But I'm going to go with the normal 4-4-3 formation, and I'm going to be going with Jamie Vardy to start up front. Hopefully, he should get some more service from Perez, in my opinion, playing it alongside Maddison just behind Vardy. But this team is very, very attacking. It could catch us out defensively, but yeah, my front three, great in the left wing position, Barnes in the right wing position, and Jamie Vardy up front. So boys and girls, that is it for today's video, the Leicester versus Crystal Palace match preview. Let me know your score predictions, your thoughts on my lineup in the comment section down below. Do you agree with my lineup? Do you not? Let me know in the comment section down below. But if you have enjoyed today's video, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Live watch along as per usual Saturday. We'll start that around 2:30. So get ready for that. It's a massive game. Hopefully we can get the 3 points, people. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I've been SPORTSA, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace, guys.